Well, hello everybody. I said this video will be the last video of the day, but it turns out I'm not going to get that. An important message. I should shut those off, but things happen so quickly. I said my last video would be all I was going to do today, but it turns out, going through messages, people coming forward, I tagged a serious Islamic propaganda news video performer put out by supporters of those who claim to narrate the Quran, the religious text of the Muslims, and they are radical Islamic State. They go on, they give a 60-minute piece on the history of Russia. According to them, I wrote for Oxford University, the highest international celebration of publications in international law. I wrote The Nature of International Law as It Really Is. Inside that paper, for all new friends and followers, if you haven't read it, it's right here in the title. I think post this video, I'm going to put it up and invite people to read it again. I don't publish it too much because world powers have read it. The people I've wanted to read it, academics have all read it. I didn't win any awards, but I sure moved monumental mountains, especially inside the P5 allies from World War II. Those who hold the highest power in the world. Generally, everybody, Islamic states suffer just like Canada as a crown colonial. Our people, our government suffer. There's a mathematical formula I give free to the entire world on how to calculate how well your country will do on navigating real international law. How well do you do in international relations? It's there for everybody. Islamic states fail miserably. They have all the bad markers, as is a lot of propaganda you see. I call that far-right propaganda. Loony leftism and socialism, they meet each other. Often you'll see the grandiose socialism puritocracy of Islamic states, even though on the far right side of religion, whether you like that or not, Christianity's no exception. Even the Muslims in this particular narration, where they try to say they are the experts, the greatest minds on interpreting the Quran and world events, they're wrong. I can go back through that 60-minute video presentation and absolutely destroy all the lies from these Muslim would-be scholars, religious leaders. They lie and remove half the history. Russia doesn't remove that history. While those Iranians, specifically these are Iranian Islamists, tried to narrate a really good video, this is a preacher, they get away with this no problem for their sequestered people. Canadians will fall for what these people say, even friends and followers of mine. Look up Lenin, then go look up Joseph Stalin. Go look where Joseph Stalin was born. Look at the Bolshevik Revolution and where Stalin went with that and what he did to the Jews. I am sorry, these Islamist religious leaders, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of any of you, just as I'm not afraid of the Canadian government. I don't care who comes to harass me or say what. The truth is the truth. Canadians, you're highly susceptible. Read The Nature of International Law as It Really Is. By design of our colonial system, we are susceptible. We will be always, as a people, susceptible to Islamist propaganda, all kinds of religious propaganda, notorious civil societies, and the government institution. We fail in all the markers. There's a mathematical formula for all of you to participate in. Go through the paper. It's orated for you. Go through it, First Peoples. Go through it, regular Canadians. Don't get suckered into leftist propaganda, which I call the far loony left, or the extreme radical right. Don't get into it. They both lead to autocracy, which is a divine socialism. They always do. The few over the many. For us in Canada, it's class structure. We can trace most of the propaganda to the Church of England, but there's also other radical organizations that many groups of Canadians find themselves in. Don't get wrapped up in those religious leaders. That Al Mizan is bullshit. Complete bullshit. Half truth, half story. Now, would Russia like that in the Islamic community if that's what they want to follow? Sure, they would. But it's wrong, and it's not the narrative going forward. The truth they're trying to give you about Russia, Constantinople, the history of the Bolsheviks, how it's the Jews' fault. No, that was the justification by Joseph Stalin, who created a gross Holocaust against the Jewish people. They continued USSR long after that, continued the power of communism, the autocracy over the people long after that. I don't support any of that, and I don't lie about world history. It's gross what Iran is trying to say and do. The attack against Israel and the Jews. Is there issues with Jewish powerhouses in autocratic position? Of course there is. I don't justify any of it. As bad as the Iranians with Al Mizan and the rest of them, rest of the radical lunatic Islamists and Islamic State narrative in full autocracy is also just as susceptible for Israel as it doesn't navigate international law well or accurately at all. A lot of states fail. All you have to do is apply my formula. Many religious states suffer in this, especially when you do church over state. Bad move. Bad move. Don't legislate specific religions to be in the position of governance. As soon as you do that, you lose. You lose in international law and narrative, and it is anti-UNSCP 5. It's anti-world binding law since 1945. Take the time, all those new, share it out, get out my paper. It's on YouTube. Read, it's read to you, it's orated to you. It goes through the whole paper. Read it. The nature of international law as it really is. Stop the cycle of always falling for the propaganda, the bullshit. UK and Canada, our politicians pound it out steady, but they also let many others do it to you too. The Islamic states are no different, and I do encourage people to go do research, but remember, try that paper. It's world recognized, it's renowned, it's not going anywhere. It's one of my greatest works and gifts to not only all Canadians, all First Peoples, it's a gift to every member of the world community so that you can assess where your country fits in, where your country sits on real international law. It truly is a gift. It's a way for you to find out what your country is and how to fix it. Every country. I work on Canada. I work on the First People and all Canadians in the class structure because that's who I am. That's the job of the embarkment I set out many years ago to change the reality, change reality of regions, to change reality of countries. That's the work we do. That's what I'm trying to do. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's now late. I need to sleep. Tomorrow's another day. And keep following, keep asking questions, keep messaging. I don't get to all of it. I try my best. But watch the propaganda, watch who's narrating it. It's always self-fulfilling and it's always half-truths. You've got to be extremely careful. Never, ever go with just one source or trying to look for new sources. You get into other things. Always look at where the information's coming from. Apply the paper, the nature of international law as it really is. Grade that source. How does that specific human being from that country, from that set of circumstances, how do they grade? And then you find they don't grade at all. Most of what they do is going to be fallible. It's going to be propaganda. It's actually going to be a lot of fake news and will always violate international law. Check it out. It works. A lot of people use it. A lot of people, a lot of countries have taken that. And I'm pleased with that. Probably one of my greatest works ever done in my life. Thank you. Bye now.